The movie starts off with Jackie. I can't pronounce his name for clarity purposes. I'ma call him Jackie. We understand. House off a flight in New York. If only it was LAX, it would've been a party in the city and not a squabble on a block. He gets picked up by his uncle and gets a tour of the Bronx. Gotta get the layout for his future squabbles. And off rip, we see a black guy getting hawked down by the police. The uncle told him you'll get used to it. The entire time, we didn't know Jackie was most likely already itching from fade withdrawal. He's used to it. Hell, he probably can't wait to seek it out. See? What did I tell you? The moment he arrived at his uncle's place and saw this wooden dummy, he had to put hands and feet on it like it was a ladder, but the Mortal Kombat arcade kind. It was a joy in his life as a coat rack. Now he's getting beat up by a stranger for no reason. And it was like he was getting more angry as he struck it, until his flow was interrupted by a kid in the wheelchair, Danny, when he said this, "You're number one." Just glazing. And that's when we cut to Jackie visiting his uncle's supermarket, the one he's selling, and we have a crazy twist. I mean, the kind that'll have your spine in tatters. Jackie tried to hand this random Asian woman, who he assumed was his uncle's future wife, a gift, but that wasn't who he was marrying. This right here was his bride to be. Look at Jackie's face. What do you think was the main thought racing through his mind, causing all his neurons to fire?
Is this serious?
But after digesting the surprise of his new aunt being black, we move on. Fresh off the plane, Jackie started working like he actually picked up a shift in his uncle's shop. And the uncle met with the potential buyer of his supermarket, really laying the bricks of the plot like a firm foundation. This random NPC even dropped off a limo for his uncle's wedding, dressing not to scratch the ride. But come on, it's a Jackie Chan flick. Be lucky if you get that back with a single rim on your car. If I was him, I would just gone on ahead and give that car one last kiss, and his job as well. Because it wasn't even his car, it was from his job. Well, former job once the Jackie Chan influence took effect on the car. In fact, it didn't even take long. Literally the next scene, it was involved in a biker gang meeting / dirt bike paint slip money race or something. And I think I saw the road warrior from WWE riding with them. Matter of fact, they are all dressed like they were cosplaying what they perceived to be bad guys. The main one definitely watched The Breakfast Club and thought the loner dude was too tough. But what would have pissed me off? Out of all the streets on any day, you choose this one day. Look, they started car racing with their bikes on top of the cars. What is the point of this? Simply to be jackasses? You need your mentality to match your fits. Once the clock strikes 12, people in New York lose their common sense or something. Each and every one of them needs to be sleeping for work. They are too grown to believe what they are doing was a movie. So Jackie had to rush down and try to stop them from ruining his uncle's friend's car, costing the girl in the red the race. And by the look on her face, she was not about to let that go. I'm telling you, it's the Jackie Chan squabble effect. His presence demand the exchange of hands, because the uncle stated in the beginning of the movie, people leave his shop alone. Right after he leaves on his honeymoon, what happens? The bikers show up to the store and are just a nuisance. I mean, off rip. It's like Jackie Chan came in there and was like, man, we used to leave his shop alone, but for some reason, I'm itching to f it up. This man is about 37 sticking gum on stuff. The only thing he needs to chew on is some reality and get a job, something stable, so he won't have the 5-finger discount on a candy bar. At least snatch a bag of chips, something more enjoyable. How long does a candy bar last? But the new shop owner Elaine couldn't stand for the disrespect. That's when she went out to, nah, this clown's at least 54. My guy look like Finley. The only thing he's missing is his shillelagh. Elaine went out to press his Disney Channel alumni wannabe about paying for the drinks he opened when he just started crashing. Calm down, it's not that serious. Another biker showed up speaking Cantonese, and she thought she found an ally. Nah, he was an asshole as well. The first one was bleached, and this one was the hairy kind. Not gonna lie, he started lashing out even more than the first one, making a mess. But Pete, Jackie in the back, this is a prime walk-up, sneak behind, perfect for the meanest out of nowhere snuff. But instead of introducing Rem Cycle with knuckle therapy, Jackie emptied the thief's bag and had to show the bum he wanted no smoke, especially the Jackie strain. It's known to put people to sleep. That's when,
yo, get outside.
Hey, boy, ain't no f***ing way, boy.
I'll say this, they truly have a diverse assortment of criminals from different walks of life leading the same trail of the prison pipeline. If you saw these lively gentlemen in your path, would you fear them or avoid them only because people who dress like proud residents of Gotham only exist to cause problems? And the moment the bleached elderly gentleman pulled out this big ass knife from his prison pocket, it only proved my point. That is Gotham behavior. Why do you need a mini sword for your day-to-day operations? Had Elaine backtracking on her, you need to pay for this attitude. But I'm not gonna lie, she stood on 10 a little bit because she still wanted that chocolate out of his pocket. But Jackie was not backtracking at all. He wanted all the smoke, like the perfect pothead. Beating on the dummy at the beginning of the movie was not enough to quell his squabble shakes. He saw that mini sword as nothing more than a starter pistol for the fade. Surrounded like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, Jackie decided it was time to feed him. Smacking the knife from Blondie's hands, instantly had him 20 with Mick Foley, popped the one and was on to the next. But don't worry, he didn't forsake Mick Foley for too long, was right back on him. Then the moment he left the frame, He started beating on 3 more, moving between them perfectly. Didn't want anyone to feel left out, but Mick Foley kept getting the worst of it. As soon as he got back into the frame, it was picture day, and he got his headshot. Same with Finley. Punch had him closing his eyes, dreaming about the application he wished he just filled out. But what did Mick Foley do to Jackie? He was on his ass, just like boxer briefs, but the beating was too much. Had another one pull out a knife. And were y'all just gonna shank someone in the middle of the day? In broad daylight in a store brimming with mad witnesses? Nah, they can't be in my game. You can't be moving like your brain is located where your balls move. Candy is good, but on guard, I'm finna stab you good? Nah, people be too dangerous in the world. Stabbing someone for a Snickers is not a laughing matter. Too bad for Jack the candy bar stealing ripper. Jackie had the grit strength that could rival this girl's thigh strength and creamed a harmless box of orange juice on this dude's face. While you could still see the orange particle in the air, Jackie spun, kicking the blade out his hands. Guess what? He hit another spin and kicked orange pencil, becoming a Miley Cyrus music video prop. Finley was standing there looking lost and confused, a reflection of his poor life choices. Don't worry though, Jackie popped him out of it with some knuckles. Charlie Brown over here? What the hell is the dress code for this gang? This man looks simple. He wanted to represent every pattern known to man. He couldn't decide. Anyway, he picked up a knife and got his ass beat. I mean, your mom got a belt going crazy beat. Had him cosplaying a wrecking ball. Same as Red Pants. Mick Foley got Mick folded. Then the Chinese fellow got the worst. Jackie turned him into a book bag and then started feeding him elbows straight to the dome piece and had him begging for forgiveness as his fellow gang members left. Made him apologize to Elaine in English and Cantonese. Then he said this.
Don't ever make trouble here. I'll beat you up each time.
Jesus Christ.
Jackie is dead ass like this.
Just think I'm fighting to save the day, but really, I just like to fight.
I'm not in your gang no more. You gonna dip on me because we're losing a little bit? It wasn't a tactical retreat. That was tail tucked between your legs action. But Jackie, I see you standing on business and it's making you seem taller. Like you had a few issues of form underfoot. But I'm not gonna lie, you kinda did more damage than they were stealing. Man used the store as a tag team partner and the ass to be handed out. And more action followed. After helping Elaine close shop, while walking home he saw a girl get picked up and taken by a bunch of dudes. While everyone was just watching, calm as hell. An average day in New York, I guess. But not for Jackie. He followed and saved the girl. But it was a trap. But did he mind? Nah, weaving the first bat, he jumped over the railing and saw a tie-dye scarf sneaking up behind him and made him pay in teeth, turning this scene into a game of a string tag where beating the hell out of the chaser is allowed because Jackie dropped down from the ledge after humming a light at Baldy, then kicked him in the face. The hooligans thought they trapped Jackie. Nah, this was like his domain expansion. He made his very own makeshift playground and started putting on a play, moving around his creation like it was a scene partner, aided in the embarrassment he was giving up to the NPCs. Bad Jack is lucky that New York is seemingly dirty. That's not me saying it, it just sounds like me. Because that fall in a cleaner area would have had his blood and brain making snow angels on the ground, and I don't see any snow. Pause, what in the hell is this thing? I would not feel safe with him in my gang. Look, he's dressed like Skeletor. He is choosing to have his nipples exposed as he commit crimes, and he has his pants tucked into his boots. He's a freak. And that's why I don't blame Jackie for dipping with some acrobatic flair. Too bad it led him to run into a dead end and he almost ended up dead when Sky Drew Hardy upped the pull on him, about to make him hit the worm. It was a good thing for Jackie. They were confident in their numbers and wanted to turn the night of murder and mayhem into a carnival game, batting bottles of glass at him until there was nothing he can do but take it. And after all the fun and games, Sky Drew Hardy finally tried to kill him and ended up crashing out, hitting one of these girls with the Ike Turner special, ruining the entire party. All the fun festivities was gone, and ultimately that led to Jackie surviving the night because everybody just left. But see, Jackie, now we have to spin a block on them, starting with Nancy. I don't care if she cleans you up, you only got hurt because of her. She gotta go first. Never mind, they spun a block on him first and they were hawking my guy down. Listen, you can hear it, having him run throughout the city. It might be time for him to find a gun or something. He had to start picking them up one by one. He had to turn the bishop. He needed the juice, order 38, and he started doing just that. Jackie scooped his first victim off the bike, holding him by the scruff like a kitten until he couldn't resist the urge to litter his body with a barrage of fists. Then was on to the next victim, using this thing like it was JBL and not the speaker, the one with the clothesline from hell. But his pain was loud and audible. But the number game had him back on the run. If they put this much dedication into a job, employee of the month all around. Never ending. Like they were dead at trying to kill him. But my main question, where are the cops? These thugs are running loose and they're freaky as hell because the moment they have Jackie surrounded once again, Sky Drew Hardy exposed his cheeks and not the ones on his face for a kiss. Taking a wet kiss from Jackie lips to his seat cushions was the only way for his safe release. I'm not French. I don't do the double cheek kiss. The only kiss you might get from me is a Hershey kind. That's the best I can do. And I don't even want to give you any candy because nothing gets sweet. Instead of kissing it, Jackie did what his parents needed to do and gave him a spanking with an antenna of a car. I can only hope it didn't awaken any more of his sleepy desires. Now he might like spankings, but that wasn't Jackie's problem anymore as he leapt from the roof to the other building, finally escaping. But the plot gives us no time to breathe because we cut to a trade / purchase deal of some sort. I don't know any of these people. Then straight into having a 9-car pileup until them getting jacked by the bikers into a broad day shootout. They then hit the car wreck with a grenade. The writer must have been passing the script around like a smoking circle, seeing who could make the most dynamic action sequence. So the scene came to an end with everyone being arrested. But from the way we see crime run rampant in this area, of course they were let go, progressing the plot. But can I say, it should have been me.
It should have been me.
I know I said I would get my revenge against her for setting Jackie up.
Fight Allah!
Jesus Christ.
Okay, he can have her. I don't want any smoke with unemployed bike riding thugs. They do this for a living. I don't have the same drive as them. I could do a week of murder beef max. They live it. I'm good. And the compounding action continued. The bikers showed up to the supermarket making a mess looking for Jackie. At the same time, the diamond-seeking, suit-wearing thugs showed up and started kidnapping some of them. But do you know who was more oblivious of what was happening around them? More so than the bikers who didn't even realize a part of their gang was missing? Jackie, because he was now in full dating mode as he was tandem riding a bike in a park with Nancy and her brother. The entire time, the supermarket was not looking so super. It's kind of like You Got Served when Omarion was dating old boy's sister and he was getting jumped in the hallway. I know you're wondering, where's the action? Don't worry. We got some. Sky Too Hottie appeared full GTA mode, throw his pillow because he believed the diamonds he stashed were in that pillow. They weren't. But that wasn't enough action for you? How about Skeletor Shakur getting tossed into a wood chipper? All because Sky Too Hottie stole their diamonds. And I don't think he knew what was going on. One minute he was destroying the supermarket, next thing you know, he's getting chopped up. I think personally he would have been chipper to tell them instead of willingly staying silent and going into a wood chipper. But ultimately back from the land of romance, Jackie finally went to the supermarket and got chewed up by Elaine because she knew the entire time she was getting her shot up, he was out there with the gang leader's ex-girl, and that was exactly the reason why her shot got destroyed. So what did Jackie do? Went to get a fade with them on Dolo. He walked straight to their base. I mean, Nancy was there, but like, she didn't count for real. Grabbed the radio, hitting it with a good old destroying the vibes in the base in order to gather all the attention onto him. He was more ready to bang it out than a blacksmith with a dented chest plate. Then it was showtime. In no time, Jackie weaved the leader's bottle directly into causing this NPC to spin more than 360 waves. But boo the leader. The man had to pull out a gun. Boo. This is a fighting movie. Even Jackie told him, guns down, hands up, stop being kiddie about it. You're not phasing through this fade. Where's your pride? And after seeing Nancy, he complied, throwing a gun and stepped up for the ones. More so jumped on top of the pool table, but action was about to be yelled nonetheless. And when it started, Jackie was moving like he owned a hair store because he had mad weave in him. Popped Tony in the face, then in the stomach, had him doubled over like a spilled cup of lean. But Tony could fight as well, more so than I thought. He had Jackie Cinderella from a single punch, dropped him with a kick to the chest, but Jackie was not one to wait for revenge and return the favor and was about to feed him something dirty. That wasn't gonna be a regular knuckle sandwich. That was a nasty patty in the making if it wasn't for outside interference. But the fight never stops, and it was seemingly never a bad time to hit a flip. Even if you miss, they started mixing once again, but the sheer class difference in hands was clearly evident as Jackie dissected him like it was Frog Day. If you get kicked like this, you might want to pack it up. Jackie had Tony's back, wanted to play a game of pinball, and that's when the rules of a one-on-one fade went out the window. The floodgates opened and it was jumping season once again. But I know these two are wondering why they got peppered with knuckles and bruises when they were just standing still. They did not get the weather update. They knew nothing about the chance of pain on the forecast. Jackie was better utilizing their own base, better than they could dream. Fed to do the refrigerator two-piece, back on the move. You see that chair? Nah, that's not a normal chair. That's a squabble aid device. Create enough separation, sort of like divorce papers, then Jackie dropped one with kicks and the other with the very chair. Tag teams on par with the Hardy Boys. The thugs started fighting appliances because that was the only thing they could hit with accuracy. Jackie trapped in the combo so bad, they were out there 3-point shooting TVs into the fridge. But that TV was the only thing that was gonna be cold because they weren't. Jackie was moving, beating, embarrassing. Nothing was getting in his way, not even a wall. Men had more hops than a trying to brew their own beer, had them destroying their own base as he dodged. Further in the ass beating when he picked up this ski, and he was moving like that was his weapon of choice, laying on NPCs better than the girl edges. And Tony had to pull up the gun once again. I can't blame him, but this time it was the end of the fight because he knew his crew was getting cooked. I'm talking flambe. But another writer must have tagged in like it's my turn to write some action. Because after coming to a squabble conclusion, here comes the NPC thug number, I don't know, 19 with a Lance flavored milkshake and 2 garbage bags. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Lance is a dude that got thrown into the wood chipper. You know, the one I called Skeletor Shakur? He's a milkshake now. And the dude carrying him like luggage had to warn the other thugs that if they don't return what Sky Too Hottie took, they were about to be turned into a juice cleanse next. Kicking us to the next plot point when Jackie caught the men in the black suits because he believed them to be the FBI. I mean, they did say they were the FBI, that's why he believed so. And Jackie led them to. They had D'Angelo spilling everything about their diamonds, putting Danny and Nancy in the line of fire. That's when Captain Rescue Man, aka Jackie, stepped directly into the line of fire and claimed to know the location of the diamonds and led them back to Nancy's apartment, where they did get the diamonds from Danny's old cushion. But these thugs in this movie be moving like demons fresh from hell or something. Pimp smacking a kid in a wheelchair is not crazy, and that's what they got beat on. It was mandatory. Jackie had to go through 3 weapons against messy hair. I guess not doing your hair make you tougher than normal. And I don't know why he's still acting cocky. I mean, he was tough, I can't lie to you. But Jackie now had a gun in his hand. And if Jackie was feeling a little cocky himself, but once Danny tossed Jackie that wrench, he was pleading. That really put a wrench in his I'm tough persona. I'm not gonna lie, I was wondering what would happen next. They destroyed the entire supermarket to get Jackie no diamonds after all the hard work Elaine put into restoring it. I'm not gonna lie, if I was Elaine at this point, Jackie, give me the diamonds. Forget your girlfriend and forget her ex-boyfriend. My shop need repairing. They gotta die. I apologize, but it's gotta happen. But you know, Jackie's Captain Rescue Man. He called the police, this time the real ones, and they wired him up so he can meet up with them for the diamond exchange, so he can get some sort of evidence so they can arrest him. And the officer tried to lie to Jackie saying that they won't do anything in a public restaurant. They are demons. Even the other officer couldn't stay silent in the face of those unbelievable lies. Those lies can't even convince us anyway. They destroyed an entire supermarket. They took a building with them, and the stage was finally set for Jackie to test the scope of his acting chops. It didn't last long. I guess he got into the rhythm of the situation and put far too much dip on his chip when he said the boss's name, a name like Voldemort, he shall not be named. And that's why they led him to a dark, damp room, got his wire exposed, and guess what? Come on, take a guess. Oh, you already saw the movie? Then you already knew Jackie was dead whether they got the diamonds or not. The big boss said it was not worth the hassle, but it's Jackie, the king of creating hassle. The man grabbed Mustache's gun and pushed him into the water, dropped the ladder on the other, they made a run for it. Now having watched this far into the movie, we know the action is about to get mad intense. After dipping on the suit wearing thugs, he was now stuck like Luffy during the Water 7 arc. One thing about Jackie in this movie, he could barely run away successfully. Damn near always got caught. And if it wasn't for this officer right here calling attention to himself, then popping a cigar in his mouth, as if he didn't just aggro armed, well-dressed lunatics, getting himself shot, Jackie would have gotten big. I mean, filled with lead, leading to a shootout. That was his plot progression, taking shape in chaos known as an average day in this movie. Because look, they were now having a shootout on a more grandiose scale. The one before was nothing more than dinner rehearsals for the play where the lead role was flying lead with a live studio audience who was only hoping to be a live audience by the end of the performance. At this point, the director was like, you think Jackie did enough stunts? J-Lo is not the lead star in this movie. There's never enough when we are referring to Jackie. Why would they make hospitals if you weren't supposed to get hurt, Chan? So the suit-wearing thugs stole a boat and turned the movie into Wet and Fast, a concept of Fast and Furious before Vin Diesel found out about the mystic power of family. Had Jackie wakeboarding with no board in the wake of pandemonium. Because if we're being honest, Jackie just met everybody. He was there for about 7 business days. I ordered a pair of pants 8 days ago. He built a bond faster than me getting a pair of pants from California that he was willing to die about. I just want to try my pants on. Had his body skipping against the water while Poseidon played slap ass. Poseidon got a handful that time. The entire time the police with a large fleet of doing a damn thing did not a damn thing. Let the suit thugs drive the boat onto the beach, then kept driving. It became a land ride. But hey, I'll give him this. The suit donning thug was gonna complete a mission regardless. The boss said to Off Jackie, call him SC Johnson and Son because Off was his brand. Of course he was gonna get it done. Everything went to hell in a perfectly woven handbasket. Whether Jackie lives or dies no longer matters. He was gonna kill him. Got Jackie out there tossing kids like a clumsy hand out of sperm bank before getting smushed. He was really hawked down by Polar Tang. But even after getting put through a Sandman audition for the DreamWorks Guardian movie 16 years before it dropped, he still didn't learn. He started chasing the very thing down that almost turned him into a Five Guys food item. Got shot at. Now he was enjoying being atop of the very conduit of mayhem that was conjuring disaster in the streets. All for diamonds they were never gonna get. And take a guess how Jackie ride ended. The rider was looking at Jackie like, here, take some more pain. You can still walk, can't you? And walk he did. But not for long, because he stole Arlong's sword and Lance's car from Vice City and went to finish the pursuit. But damn, I was wrong about one thing. I said the white car would suffer from the Jackie influence. It was everything else. The grocery store, this car that just randomly came into the movie, hell, the city, this store, directly harmed by the Jackie Chan effect, because he thought in that Lambo he was Sir Lancelot and popped the balloon. And the moment it stopped, he hopped inside, wiped his foot on this guy's face, but not before liberating his pistol. And with that instrument of persuasion in his hand, Jackie started interrogating him about the whereabouts of Nancy and Tony. Pop dude in his leg like he wasn't visiting another country and his visa came with a shooter clause. But I guess it's okay, because right after shooting the dude, we cut to the next scene and the police allowed him to participate, driving the hovercraft onto the golf course and running over the main boss, and prepared him for Fleece Johnson by giving him a hovercraft wedgie and rosy cheeks like he was excited at the mere thought. And then that was the ending. That was the conclusion. All right, what happened to the supermarket? Did his uncle enjoy the honeymoon? I don't know, but if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
This unsettling stir